All right, call your mothers, call your fathers, call your sons, call your daughters, call your lovers, call everybody. It is time for the final of the Seattle Snooker Open 2024, live here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. David Burney's in the booth alongside Christian Youngers. We've got a great final slated for us. It's a best of 9. Andrew McCluskey coming from Sacramento via Ireland, going against the local boy, Kevin Quay. Let's see how it goes. Both players have been putting really well. It's kind of a toss-up. How are you feeling, Christian?
Pretty good. I'm wondering whether or not I'm going to be having some Rainier or if I'm going to be having some Guinness after this match. So I'm excited for either one. We'll see.
Sounds good. And Kevin has won the toss, and he'll break off. We have referee Jamie Miller manning the table. She's going to do a great job. Background as a kindergarten teacher, so that should bode well for her in this final of keeping these guys in check. And I wouldn't be surprised in these early frames. We do have a mid-session interval after the 4th frame. I'd be surprised if these guys really kind of let it loose a little bit in the early onset. I think they might go for a few more chances with the longer format. And we are on Ox Billiards' Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV page. So definitely find us there. Share it. Send it to your friends. Let everyone know. If you're a fan of snooker or you're just a fan of sport, this is the place to be.
Who broke off in this one?
Kevin broke off.
Nice.
So first chance here for Andrew to put a good break on the board. Definitely when he's down on the ball, he's got a little lean to the side. Kind of reminds me of Cliff Thorburn.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a head tilt almost. I think it's part of his alignment with how he, sights the ball, and seems to be pretty effective so far for him. So can't critique him too much.
Well, we could, but he's gotten to the final of the Seattle Snooker Open, and not by accident. He came definitely out guns a-blazing in the semifinal against CCU. Built a very impressive 2-0 lead. But then CC, always a battler, fought back, got the 3rd frame, but Andrew was able to fend him off and win that 3-1. And on the flip side, Kevin Quay whitewashed Alex Newstead by the scoreline of 3-0. Kevin definitely got the snooker gods looking out for him, so we'll see how that works out in this final.
Excellent plant there from Andrew to pot that red, but it's going to be a little tricky on this blue, so might just opt for the green again. He's got a few reds to play for. Can play to the left of the brown spot, has option of red to right corner. He's got these 2 that are kind of high mid-range reds to the right corner as well. Might be opting to take one of them here unless something else in the stack is available.
Yeah, definitely just seen from our broadcast booth that that red and the cluster of 4, the top one, does pass the other red to go into the top right corner. Great camera view right there.
Excellent cannon on this pink as well. This is reminiscent of the previous match you just had against CC. Getting, I think, a 31 break or something like that, or 34, 35 in the first attempt at the table. He's on 20 with definitely more to go. Unfortunately for him, the black is not on its spot. Comes short on this blue. He does have option of pink is a bit more of a long range pot. That'll lead down to one of the reds, but I think he's capable of sending this around the rails. He can also just opt to take one of the mid-range reds on the right half of the table. And he's overrun those reds, but still got the one just 2 away from the brown, looks like, to the left.
Just wanted to come up a bit more. Definitely this is a statement break in the first frame. Really sends a message to your opponent.
Blue's going for green here, maybe? Long blue? Long blue it is. Wow, what a pot that was. 32 break now. And he just is in line. This red to right corner pocket, the lower of these two. Can gear up for pink or blue here. Probably blue is a preference. Since it is the easier pot. It's going to go past it, so a repeat green here. Doesn't mind it. He's potting quite strong. Blue doesn't pass the red, I don't believe. Great cue action there. Watch out, blue though. It's the correct bump. It's close, but I think he's on it. We should be able to see from where we are.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he can get past the blue.
Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things carry over. Obviously, Andrew had a little shorter of a turnaround. Kevin played in this morning's semifinal, where Andrew played right about midday. Unfortunately, can't hit into that yellow.
Yeah, didn't dig into the cue ball as much there. Have the spin he needed. Kind of skipped the cue ball as well. Maybe a little bit elevated on the bridge and lost a lot of the action. And he went for gold there. I think the prudent shot was to just play a safety. He was on a roll though. Part of the swinginess of snooker, I feel like, involves counter-attacking when your opponent comes with a big break and leaves the balls fairly available. So this could be a good counter for Kevin to strike.
Yeah, it looks like he has the angle on this red that's closest to the top right corner to come off the cushion. And he's got the black into the opposite top corner. So if he can put a good break together, that'd be a fantastic response.
Yeah, just needs to make sure he gets through the cue ball here effectively. Also, if black were on its spot, he'd lean towards maybe one of the reds to the left, or closer to its spot, I should say, but just a good top spin follow through. Went around the cushions and he cannoned into that red a bit too steep. Brown, I don't believe, passes. Just the clusters there. You just take blue to right middle if you want to be aggressive. Play for one of the reds closest to left middle pocket. Tricky blue this, a lot of distance to travel. Doesn't want to get snookered by the second red. It's gonna bounce and he's perfect.
Nice to see early on both players going for their shots.
Great stroke. Good strike of the cue ball. Just pure draw, screw back out of that position, and might have a tiny angle to cannon into something.
Yeah, it looks like he's going top side of the black there, so should naturally go into. It didn't.
You got a friendly nudge too. So here's a shot that we remember him shooting earlier with his left hand jacked up over the ball. This time he's taking the time to use the extension.
Yeah, I think that was in a round robin match.
It was.
You're not going to see anything careless here, I think, by Kevin in the finals. I think he learned his lesson. Probably maybe looked back at that that night when he got back to his hotel room or at home.
Ooh, got a nudge on that red along the top cushion. A little bit thicker, and he would have freed it to make it much more potable. Cue ball would have stayed down there too. A bit more topspin needed, and a little less speed. So I think he's gonna have to take his medicine, play a safety here. It's a tough one though with how these reds lie.
He's just going to roll up to him gently. It's okay. Well, 20 points in it, 59 on the table. Still anybody's first frame. Always a big frame to get. That first one on the board makes you feel like you're in the match.
And I think pushing this red up and making it mainly potable from the right half of the table means snooker escape down the right side is going to be difficult without really precise speed control. He might just be trying to nestle into this pack, which could be risky. Going for the bottom side of the hit, and well struck. That was an excellent safety. Hit the bottom side of that ball and come back underneath the black. Really good shot. Now Andrew will take the nestle shot.
See, that's a touching ball. Both players being referee as they're used to not having a referee, but we do have the very talented Jamie Miller manning the table.
Pot is on now, but this will be a tester as to how Andrew's feeling in terms of aggression. If you were to miss this, a lot of reds and points available.
It's there.
Great shot.
Just ran a little bit. Black's not available. Blue is there. Into the side.
Thin cut. Dribbles it in. An unfortunate cannon on the green means he's run out of position to get on either of these two reds. This red is visible nearest the pink, but it doesn't pass the black. Not enough angle either to send it around the rails for a safety behind pink, so might just be taking this up into the yellow pocket, this red. Risky, this shot. Played a good cue ball at least to come back down table. Good shot.
Yeah, had to give the cue ball some action there because if he was to miss it, that other red that's up there near the yellow pocket would have been a Simple starter for Kevin. Just ran on a bit too much. And that pink kind of just deadened the pace of that red. It's definitely a tricky one to the top left corner. I'd be surprised if maybe he tries to draw it a little bit back and get in an area behind the black.
Yeah, you called it. Doesn't get coverage on the other two reds.
Yeah, decent safety shot. Obviously, he got a little bit more action. He could have been probably nicer behind that black and created a snooker. I think this might be end of frame here.
Yeah, aggressive shot from Kevin. Feels like he needed to go for it to get back in this frame. Andrew McCluskey coming out firing.
Just ran a little too much for the blue, but does have the black and come off that top cushion for that red into the middle pocket by the blue.
Yeah, he's been striking the cue well with the rest, and look at this little cannon flick off the red, guaranteeing position for either of these reds. He's right in behind this one nicely, so should be a favorite to make it, even though it's a long distance. He's got choices: green, brown. He's come down the wrong line on this. He was trying to drop in behind it, shoot the red in the same pocket maybe. No, maybe just a double. Come down for black, play a little safety. Great shot. What a shot that was. He's in the rhythm now.
True, 47 in it with 27 on. I'd be surprised if he's to miss this. Kevin might just lick his wounds and let's move on to frame 2.
It's an interesting matchup because both players actually have pretty similar styles, I'd say, in terms of how quick they play. And
referee Miller takes a look at Kevin and he makes the signal to concede. So Andrew McCluskey takes that first frame of this Seattle Snooker Open final. He leads one frame, and we'll step aside for a few short moments and be back with frame 2. And welcome back, everybody, to the Seattle Snooker Open here in the Emerald City. Ox Billiards, a fine establishment if you want to play snooker, or even pool or Chinese 8-ball. Let's see how Kevin rebounds. He had a little bit of a go in that first frame, but faltered, but definitely Andrew was in much more control. He's left a long red into the top right. The angle looks like it possibly could come off the cushion once this red goes in and beyond the black.
Great shot.
A bit straighter than I thought. These camera angles there. They can fool us, but the players aren't fooled. They've got the prime viewing point right on the table. And then we've talked in the broadcast before about just keeping to the same thing. And you watch Andrew here. He takes a really long backswing, but takes two and then delivers.
Wants this red to slow up so he has something to shoot at. I think this is going to be end of break, barring a hyper-aggressive attempt.
He's going to mine himself through that cherry tree.
Once again, off to a quick start. 14 break. On the board first. Like I was saying earlier, I think both these players, similar styles, playing quicker, more in pace.
Ooh.
Red's a little bit steep to hold for the black, so it might just be a soft screw shot, or could hold for pink maybe. He's overcut it.
And it's kind of nice to see that they're going for it a lot. Like, they know that their opponent is going to miss at some point, so they do take a few chances.
Mm-hmm. Thick cannon there, and didn't manage to leave the loose red to left middle, but I think this one closest to the corner pocket is available. Kevin probably playing safety here. Don't think he would back cut this to the right middle. You?
Ooh. That's thinner than a hair on my head. So he didn't kind of eye up that red that was to the right, in the middle of the table out in the open.
Oh, that was close.
I thought he was just going to draw back for safety. Didn't know he was taking that pot on.
Yeah, kind of a shot to nothing, right? Has a chance to pot, but you at least get your cue ball back. I guess had he not gone for the pot, he probably would have gotten past the green or brown there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good shot. Glancing off that second red. It's going to be nicely on the blue. Yeah, great speed control. Has choice of reds if he either rolls forward or stuns it back a bit. I think I like just stunning it to just above the pink spot to have choice of reds to right corner, left middle. Going forward to take this red to the right middle pocket.
Yeah, nice to see that, he has that insurance policy of that one red just over the pocket. Just a little stun and he could be on that red on the right side of the table.
Yeah, let us know, everyone, where you're tuning in from. Now we had a great match semi-final between Andrew McCloskey and CCU. This is the final of the Seattle Snooker Open, 3rd annual edition, 2024.
Could have done with a little bit more pace.
Yeah, it almost actually felt like a deceleration on that stroke. Bit of a decel on the last swing, even though it was a small pull back. And this could be a costly miss. Get the feeling Andrew McCluskey's starting to play better each and every match he's in, slowly improving, which is what you like to see in the final, at least. To play your best game.
Yeah, that's what you got to do with the stronger players in these tournaments. You got to get in on them early, and that's when you can attack. Because once you give them the keys and they've got the car running, it's going to start to be smooth sailing for them. He's going to have a good cruise control. He doesn't want to run out of gas. Don't spend all his money in the first few frames. You almost saw that in the semifinal with Andrew. But this is a nice little spread here. It's definitely looking promising for another frame to the good for him.
Just looking at what the next couple red options he has are. Looks fairly straight on this pink. Could just stop it there and do a tight shot for the next one, or go forward, play in the opposite corner pocket, that red closest to where the pink was. I think with this angle you can just drift down for a low black. Also push forward a bit to try to shoot pink to right middle pocket. Does go for the cannon there on those two reds. Well done. I think that's the last of the clusters.
Yeah, it's kind of opened them up nicely. If that did go wrong, he still would have had the pink into the right middle, but here he's got the black into the top corner. Now, as our good friend Anye said in the booth at last year's World Women's Snooker Open Championship, you have this great opportunity in front of you. Think a little few shots ahead, but then when you're down on the shot, just focus on that one shot that you have to take. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The 3-shot plan. So in this case, you're thinking about this red, then which color you're going to follow it up with, and then the red after that. So in this case, he's probably playing the red just above the black next, after potting the black. He's got a bit of a high angle now, so maybe plans might change. You can also just go forward 2 cushions and play for the other 2 reds nearest the pink. Yeah, he's nicely on one of those reds straight in.
30 minutes.
Now as you stun this back a bit, or play forward on the pink, like to get the red just above black next, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's just giving himself options for red.
On a 39 break. Oh, almost overcut that red. He's got a high angle now on this pink. I'd play for option of either of the two reds, one closest to black and one to the left corner pocket. If he's too steep on this red, he'll probably be taking the one with the rest. No, he likes it. In and out one cushion. Doesn't want to be hampered here, but it's got enough distance that it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, this black to put us in the snooker's required stage.
Yeah, it's steered a little bit, maybe a bit aside, unwanted.
Well, there is a chance. He's going to be a little upset with himself there. He knew he could get that second frame. It's an uphill battle for Kevin, but it kind of is there for him for the taking.
Yeah, really, just the red along the right cushion is the toughest one. You can kind of open it up right now, though, if you wanted to, and just play for the black. Soft stun run through, or go cushion first into that second red. He's got it out far enough. Great shot there from Kevin. Sets up a nice layout. Boy, this would be a clearance if he could steal this frame away. Missing the frame ball. Reverse clearance. Would be in a match.
It would be seriously impressive, that's for sure. And 43 on the table and 40 in it. Doesn't need to take the black. Can afford a pink or a blue.
Yeah, he needs one black minimum, I think, or a couple pinks. Oh, quick on the backswing there. Didn't have that nice slow drawback. It's like Jamie McGrath is watching from Ireland. I assume probably supporting Mr. McCloskey. Another chance, yeah, to win the frame, essentially.
Yeah, I think he might have rushed that just a little bit.
There's a shot to nothing, so he's going to be taking this on while we automatically have position for black. Or pink. Decided to screw it back, and a bit of a twang from his cue. Maybe caught too much the underside of the cue ball there. I think you've set to play a safety here behind black. Then off the edge of the red. You do have a wall, though, of these two colors, the brown and green, but that red up table's covered, so. Nice thin shot. Took the slow up.
Yeah, he can see the red, but he can't see the potting angle unless he puts a little bit of side onto it, which it looks like he's going to do.
Softly close. He might have more of the ball than we can see from here, but cross double is also an option. I know Alex would have already gotten down and shot it, most likely. Where's this cue ball going, though? It's drifting. Nope, stays on line and pretty good.
Right there. That's where it's going. It's not going in the pocket.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching from in the chat. We're in the finals of the Seattle Snooker Open. Oh, he's trying to get in behind the black. Might be a pot that Andrew takes on, this red closest to yellow.
Yeah, now that that red's kind of gone safe or towards the left cushion. He's got a little bit of house money that he can play with.
Lots of shots to nothing, and get this cue ball position afterwards. Just has the ability to see the red along the left cushion. Cushion first. Try to get some movement out of the cue ball maybe.
It's a bit fortunate how those reds ended up.
Yeah, that crept a bit farther. Might have been one of these on into lower left corner.
Nice camera view there. Showing just how badly, unfortunately, he missed. Jason, glad you're tuning in from Seattle, but you know, admission is free down here at Ox Billiards in the Capitol Hill area at 1432 Broadway. Lots of seats. We do have a good crowd in here this evening for the final. And hello to Jason in Utah. They must be happy in the state of Utah as they've been newly awarded an NHL hockey team. As well, in about half an hour's time, the puck will drop on the Stanley Cup final. But we're glad that you're tuning in to see this Seattle Snooker Open final.
Andrew makes that red. Now requiring snookers for Kevin and a roll up on this brown. Gonna make it difficult for Kevin to come back to the table, and
that's a concession. So Andrew storming out in front again, taking a 2-frame advantage. Let's see if he continues the strong play in frame 3 when we return. Little updates on the calendar. Mark this one down because it's going to be a beautiful event. The WineCellars.com USA Women's Snooker Open 2024, running from August 9th to 11th here at Ox Billiards. Lots of fun. All these women are great potters and technicians, and we get local players coming down from Canada and all over the world. Some come from Germany, some come from England, some come from Thailand. A definitely international event, and we appreciate the great work that Matt Hewitt and Diana Schuler do to bring it there. So definitely mark that one down. That's going to be a lot of fun in the beginning stages of August.
And coming up before that, we've actually got USSA Tour Stop coming here at Ox Billiards. It's going to be the Washington State Snooker Championship. I think the only requirement is that you're a resident of Washington State. Max players 16, $75 entry, a double elimination. I think something more akin to a pool tournament if you're used to playing in those. And if we check out the calendar, this is the 6th event, it looks like, on the middle of the calendar coming up. And looks like the Georgia State Championship ended up getting canceled. So we've got Arizona to look forward to, Houston Open, San Jose Open, and Legends Classic remaining on the USSA National Tour. So it should be fun. A lot of good stuff coming up here at Ox Billiards, and I've got Jason in the chat. That is me, he says. Our good friend Jason over from Wine Cellars in Utah. Jason and Diana Miller helping to sponsor a lot of the events here in the Pacific Northwest and around the country. We recently had a very successful exhibition tour with Sean Murphy, who did a North American tour all around a couple of clubs in Canada and a couple of clubs here in the States. So Calgary, Richmond, Seattle, San Gabriel just ended, and now we back-to-back weekends have the Snooker Open here at Ox. So ready to get started. Frame 3.
Yes, Jason, you are correct. Ox is closed to the public on Monday and Wednesdays, but we're closed today because it is a final of the Seattle Open. But feel free to come on down, give the doorbell a ring, and we'll let you in to watch the great snooker action.
Yeah, always open to spectators, especially for these events. Even though it is a member-only day today on Monday for our Ox members, we do enjoy having folks come and watch. And if you are in the area and aren't interested in playing a lot of Q Sports, Ox membership is a pretty good deal, I'd say. And wow, look at this pot. It's not going to hold up for the black, though. So just back into bulk here. Maybe push a color safe.
Yeah, it's a big frame here for Kevin. If he's able to put this on the board and take the next one, at least he gets a 2-2 split going into the mid-session interval. You know, these mini sessions you'd like to win, but if you're trailing by 2, at least you could tie it up and salvage the mini session, come back fresh in the 5th frame, know that it's anybody's game. But Andrew's going to have other plans. He definitely would like to take a rather commanding, he'd be thrilled with 3-1. He'd be over the moon if it was 4-0 going into the mid-session interval.
How is this length on this shot? If this is a touching ball, this could be a tight snooker. Wow. What a shot that was from Kevin.
Kevin's starting to pick up some momentum here. There's a great shot of the trophy. One of these two men will be lifting it high into the air a little later today. Big kudos go out to all the crew at Empire Billiards for purchasing that lovely trophy, that and the runner-up, and the medal for the high break holder. Right now it's the man at the table, Kevin Quay. It was a 73 run earlier on in the tournament.
Yeah. Going back to that excellent shot from Kevin to set up this run. Pretty strong. Hey Bo, what's up? Saying hello in the chat. How's it going? We're in for some snooker action here. Where do we go from here, though? What red is he playing for next? I think he has a small window to get to this red, to left corner, just first one that you see above the black spot, slightly to the left. Are we playing for that gap or the one just above black? Does that go? Nope, it's going for the loose red available. And just needs a good amount of pace here to stun in and out the top cushion and get maybe a cannon into one of the lowest reds in the bunch. He's caught the wrong one though.
Ouch. Could have done with a little flick on one of those reds.
Yeah, needed to flick the one to the right of that one. Prathamesh or so people asking about Prathamesh.
He's nominating his black. I don't know if I like him nominating the black. Because if you miss, you're going to succumb 7 points.
And you're leaving it down here near all the reds too, so there's a shot on.
I don't think Andrew's going to put him back.
If he's got a red on, definitely not.
Oh, he is going to put him back. I guess that red, right where the cue ball is going back to, just doesn't have the angle to take that and then take the black on afterwards.
So Prathamesh lost to Andrew, I believe, in the quarterfinals, 3-1. Somebody in the chat asking about how he did in the tournament. Oh, just glances the black there and
Yeah.
successful to avoid the safety.
And his heart definitely skipped a beat there, so just lost 7 points. Could have been a lot worse. But Andrew's got a really nice shot there. I don't know if that red is poking out at all for Kevin to hit. He's probably going to have to take this red by the black and go off 2 cushions to come back into bulk.
James saying hello from Australia. Welcome, welcome. Got U.S. snooker action here at Ox Billiards. Needs to catch it on the way in, maybe. No, he had enough pace to come back.
Yeah, James, any hot Australians players coming down the pipe? Obviously, we all know of 2010 world champion Neil Robertson. That was the scene down under.
Sohail is hailing from Morocco, he says. Very cool. International audience we have. Oof, just a bit overcut on that shot. And Kevin, will, I think, tends to miss those pots when he amps up a much higher pace with a lot of spin on the cue ball. But I think that shot was more of a positional shot than anything to send the cue ball safe. Lucky for him, this red has come back to the middle pocket. And is he looking at maybe glancing into the stack now? No, just coming around it. Probably want to get the black on its spot before you start smashing into the pack, having no shot remaining.
Sure, we definitely would like to get it back down to that end of the table. And it's true. It's nice to see the international audience. But the big thing is snooker is played in over 100 countries. So we should be having fans from throughout the world. Supposedly when I was in Brazil, there's a great young player, Daniel Holoida from Poland. And he was telling me there is quite a scene of Polish snooker players. Nice to see that Andrew stays down on the shot. It's one cardinal thing, kind of, get up from the shot after that ball goes into the bottom of the pocket. It's always a good philosophy. That's one hiccup that we see a lot with the new amateur players in the game. They'll pop their selves up like a Pop-Tart too quickly. Very nicely done. Red. He's got 2 open reds now on both sides of that cluster of 4 just below the pink. Yeah, definitely wanted his cue ball to run a little bit more on that last shot, but he's got himself back into the frame with a healthy 32-17 lead. But there's an opening here for Kevin. Looks like an angle maybe just come off the cushion off this red and be on the black. Might have been a bit straighter than I thought, but he does have a black into the right middle. He has to do much with it because then he'll have a red into the left middle. But as we said all tournament long, these middle pockets are really tricky. Very nicely done. This is a good response. Always so tricky when you have to put a little pace on there. Doesn't give the pocket any chance. You hit it softly, there's always a chance that it will rattle off the jaws and drop in. Like that shot was very nicely done. Just missed the breakout. So a little safe. Come back to bulk, run and hide. Very nice cue ball. Just put it a little just off the cushion. See, Kevin can't get a lot of the cue ball there. Gotta worry when it's tight there. Cueing down, don't want to put any unintended side. Good retort there by Kevin. Puts him even tighter to the bulk cushion.
5-40.
We might have a little shot to nothing here on that red that's just to the right of the pink. Clip off the right side, 2 cushions, come back to bulk. Get some cover from the yellow and brown. Very fortunate. That Xiao Chen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, Snooker right now doesn't have anything like a Fargo rating. Hopefully, soon enough, someone out there can crack a good idea. Because I know it helps the pool world tremendously. Kind of how golf works in handicaps. The Fargo really lets strong players play against weak players, but then they're matched up evenly with those different Fargo ratings.
As far as rankings go for the World Tour, though, they kind of use the earnings model, right, where they rank based on dollars or pounds earned, essentially, in terms of points. So your prize money dictates the amount of points you get in that tournament.
Which is great for the professional scene, but
Yeah.
most of us are amateurs and love playing it, which I think the Fargo rating does as well. Although the Fargo probably does for professionals. I'm not too fluent on how that works in the pool. You probably have a better idea, Christian.
Yeah, I think the nice thing about Fargo is that you can essentially kind of compare yourself to professionals on some sort of similar rating scale. Even though it's a relative ranking, it's not necessarily an objective performance metric in terms of how well you perform. It's more of an indicator as to how well you do against other players, essentially.
Nice thin cut there by Kevin. He's got a blue, he's got a red open by the green pocket. We'll have to come down a bit more. Give him a better angle on the blue. Probably cannon right into the pink and develop that last red. Well played. Tied here at 40 apiece in the third frame of this final at the Seattle Snooker Open.
Oh, managed to clip that red just barely. Would have been a bit of an expensive foul, but
Yeah, I wonder if Kevin should just been a bit more tighter, but long pot is open for Kevin.
yeah, he's achieved something with this safety and knocks it in. Great shot. He's just waiting for his opportunity. Ching asking, why not hide behind the yellow in the last snooker? Yeah, it's a good question. I was also sort of thinking the same. Was an option. Maybe you just wanted to push the red up table. Create more separation, not sure.
Does need the blue to take this frame.
Oh, great cut. But where's his cue ball gone? At what cost?
Oh,
sorry. You're right.
All good. Colors do not respawn. So now, somewhat natural position for the brown, although he's going to get close to it if he just rolls it in. So a flick of side, opting to play safe.
Green does pass the black into the top left corner.
Yeah, I like the safety. He wants this to get closer to the cushion if it can. Probably cross double odds on here. Send this cue ball back down past the black. Needs it to hold up though. It's going to get close to the corner. Opportunity is on.
Sometimes there's not a place where you want to be, and I think that's the last place you want it to be. Does need the pink. That's going to be looking like quite the ball in this frame.
Yep, pink going to be the key shot. If he's straight enough, he can go forward and try to knock it out. But if he has more angle, he can come off the top cushion. Bit of running side and cannon into it. Try to open it up to the middle. It's the shot right here. It's coming up. How's your luck? Wow, what a shot. Unlucky to hit it a bit too hard and not leave it for the middle, but excellent shot from Andrew there. At least
gave himself a chance at least. Yeah.
Much more potable.
It's for a 3-frame advantage. Oh, so close. So close.
Thought he had it.
This is a long pink. It's going to be queuing over the black as well. Just got to be mindful of that a bit. And he rattles in the jaws.
Just a bit overcut. There's a good look at his cue action as well.
Andrew just needs pink. Kevin needs both.
So might get off the cushion. Needs it to freeze. This is definitely potable as well. Like you said, it's almost not worth doing this pot if you're going to have to play for black anyway. So you get one pot out of the way and turn it into a black ball game at least. Playing cushion first, and this could strike disaster. He hasn't quite hit it as well as he'd like, but good cue ball speed actually. Caught it thin enough for it to separate. Come back up table. Just a cross double towards the black. Yeah, as long as this rolls past the pink spot, it should be fairly safe. Going for this. No, it's a smart shot, using the black as a backboard to stop the momentum with the pink. And how has this ended up? He's hampered a bit over this black, and you saw him miss the frame-winning ball over the same type of shot being hampered over. Or bridging over the black, so can this be enough to disturb him in the safety attempt? Definitely enough space, doesn't have to jack up too much. Oh, double kiss safety. Fortunate.
Oh, he's apologizing. You know, sometimes that the parachute shot can come in handy. You hit your object ball and it comes off the cushion and hits back to your cue ball and sends it up table.
Oh, double kiss on the pink, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just sends it ever so closer to that right corner, but it's on the cushion, so nothing really offensive, I don't think. That was that glove I was talking about, the 3 seconds, I think, is the brand. The one that Andrew's using. It's a glove that actually fits all 4 fingers partially, and then sort of the bridging fingers you use for pool are the ones that are longer or extended. An excellent chance for Kevin now on this missed safety attempt from Andrew.
Yeah, it was a chance.
Big opportunity, and this is not going to roll safe, I don't think. I think he's ramping up for this. Oh, caught it thick to the cushion. Where's it going to end up? Another chance for Kevin. So back and forth, they're trying to battle and see who can really pot this pink. You imagine this is kind of a tipping point in this match. Almost feels like a must-win frame for Kevin. Ooh, almost overcuts it, but sinks it. Just a bit pacey.
Yeah, this isn't fun. Line cut into the yellow. Just safe and shoot it down table.
Went for the double. I like that shot. Decision. Now we're in a black ball game.
Tied 52 apiece in this third frame.
Oh, wow.
Went for the jugular there.
Would have been a huge pot if he knocks that in. Oh, man, oh, man. Dan is asking, is this snooker on a pool table? This is a snooker on a snooker table. All right, this is for the match, not for the match, for the frame. Kevin to stay in it.
Oh, it just rattled out. These pockets, I think, are getting tinier and tinier by the moment. Just that little bit of tension playing in the final. See if Andrew can just roll this into the side. Puts it in there and takes a 3-frame advantage. Kevin is up against it, a must win. He needs to take this 4th frame at least to be trailing 3-1 going into the mid-session interval. So as the 2 players take a little comfort break, we'll step aside for a few short moments as referee Miller sets up the 4th frame. Come back soon and we'll see you here at the Seattle Snooker Open Final. We're back here with frame 4. Back here with frame 4 action at the Seattle Snooker Open Championship. At the conclusion of this frame, we will have a mid-session interval, about a 10-minute break. A break that probably Kevin is definitely wanting to come sooner than later. Hopefully at least he can put a frame on the board going into the interval. You know, if Andrew was to make good in this frame and take a 4-0 advantage, he probably would want to continue playing, continue the momentum.
Yeah, that last frame definitely taking a lot longer than our first frame so far of the day, but definitely will depend on how this fourth frame ends, who would prefer to stay or leave the table. Imagine if it's another quick one with a lot of high-powered, high breaks, then whoever that player is would want to keep the momentum. But rules are rules, and we've got mid-session interval for a reason.
Wow, is he taking this one on? 3-0 advantage, I guess he can.
Rifles it.
Trailing 3-0, I don't think he's taking that on, but being up 3-0 early in the frame, why not give it a shot, see what happens. This just could open up a pretty big break there for Andrew.
Went for this one as well, I think, to the right corner, and knocks in 2.
Maybe 3?
Wow.
The Stanley Cup final is on tonight. That's a hat trick.
Yikes, a hat trick in one. But I don't think I've ever seen 3 reds go all in at once. That was incredible.
I have to agree. I don't think I've ever seen that, and it's not good for Kevin. He wants more reds on the table for more potential of making more points. I think Andrew's just going to calm his nerves. Probably a lot of adrenaline, pocketing not 1, not 2, but 3 red balls. It's not an exhibition. It's a prestigious tournament final.
It's going to be a good safety. It's going to roll past the cluster and cover most of the reds. I think the left 2, just left of the black, are the ones that are only ones available. Did nicely there. Caught it just thin enough to miss the jaws of the right corner pocket. Send that cue ball back up. Bit more of a traditional frame, this one, although a lot of the colors have been disturbed. Pink is safe. Green and brown tied up. Now a bit more of an aggressive safety maybe from Kevin. Trying to split up the ball some more. Watch out, cue ball. Didn't really open them up too much because a lot of them ended up going 2 cushions safe. Yeah, watch out yellow. Needs a little nudge.
It's a nice shot. Looks like he's only maybe got 1, maybe 2 reds, but this red closest to the top cushion just going to flick off the right side.
Found a miss.
And you're just having to think. And with that red on, I believe that Kevin would have another attempt, and then the referee would have to warn him if he did miss again.
Here's another chance to get behind Brown. Still similar line and just a bit short of pace, so it's going to leave the right side of the table. But after Kevin knocks this red to the left of the black, that spot on the table becomes a very tight place to play a snooker. As long as you have the brown to cut off the left side of the table. He went for that one. Good cue power to get the cue ball at least loose off of that top cushion, but he's in a bit of a predicament now with this red hanging over the left corner pocket. I'm on the left up table. Wonder if he fancies going for the pot here on the green, or I'm sorry, the blue.
Yeah, looks like it's got a little bit of a path.
Yeah, he definitely went for it. That was his luck. Still has the red available to left corner. Problem is no color really on.
Yeah, Kevin needs points. At some point, he wouldn't mind getting that pink off that cushion. It's really non-existent right now in this frame.
Yeah, it's always the problem. Potting the ball was not the issue. It's getting a look at a decent color. He's gonna probably think about playing safety. Maybe he can see the yellow. Be an edge of it. It's going pink. Sneak off the edge. Avoid the cannon on the brown if you can. This is costly, possibly.
Yep. Nice little stun shot on this red into the left middle. Be there for the pink in the same pocket.
So it's pretty straight, I think, for this pink. Might just have to screw back a few inches to back cut that red into the same pocket. Might have a chance actually to try to open up the black here if he wants, but leads naturally to pot the pink, maybe to right middle. He's going for the black. He got the cannon after a cannon on the red. And how's his luck?
He's got the pink into the top right corner.
Yeah, this top red also available afterwards.
It's off. I knew that was a chance to maybe put him over the line in this frame.
Uh-oh, watch out, reds. Oh, split the gap perfectly.
Yeah, very nicely done. Well, he just wants to lightly come off the top cushion of that red that he's below into the left middle. So, got the angle down with a little bit of top on this black.
got a nice little plant if he wants it, and the 2 reds to the left corner pocket. Benefit of this is dislodging these reds hopefully leads to potting the black in that same pocket later on in the break. So first red he makes contact with will glide up table a bit just to open it up, I think. He's going for the bottom red. I don't know if I prefer this. Must not like the plant. Seems like a more difficult pot to me, at least.
Yeah, just a little bit of the space there always makes that plant just a little tricky. I personally don't enjoy a plant that when they're wired together. So Andrew's going to try it here.
Yeah, he did nicely.
He's known to drop in 1, 2, or 3 reds at a time. So
It's funny, I just got the joke.
he's feeling it. That red on the left side out in the open. Take that. Come off the cushion. He's got the black into the opposite top corner. Pulled up a little. Okay, don't be that high, but he's still on it. It's gonna bring out the rest.
It's in.
He's got a nice angle on this red, just above the black. Looks like if he stuns it in, he's just gonna fall back down into black position.
I think it's fairly straight. Might have to send it pretty hard, actually.
Yeah, looking by that angle. Oh, maybe he had a touch. Maybe tried to create the angle a little.
Mm-hmm. This is a huge opportunity. Imagine if he manages to get one away from the win, or on the hill as we call it in the pool world. It's going to be a massive favorite to win this match.
Stranger things have happened. Huge comebacks have happened. That's why we tune into sport. We never know what could happen. So as much as Kevin's back is up against it, he'll take the mid-session interval to regroup and just take it one step at a time. Don't think about the big hill you have to climb. Just baby steps and get one frame on the board and slowly work at it. But Andrew is just so fluid when he's in the balls.
Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, this frame is done and dusted right here.
Steve Barry asking, why wasn't a miss called in CC semi versus Andrew when he missed a pink and only pink and black on the table? I think you might be referring to the, I believe it was the deciding frame, the one that ended the match. I think snookers were required at that stage, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go back and watch it, but I believe when snookers are required, there's no chance for a miss.
That is, I believe, correct. I'd have to see the scoreline on that match, but we're going to step aside for the mid-session interval, a little 10-minute break. So we'll be back right around 5:30 Pacific time. So feel free to get a cold drink or a little snack. It's looking impressive for Andrew McCluskey, the man from Sacramento. But if Kevin's going to do something, he needs to start doing it now at the end. So
On to the break.
on to the break. Here we go. Get yourself ready. It's going to be an exciting final when we come back. So everybody, the fifth frame will be coming up very shortly. I know Kevin doesn't want to have me say this, but it's what I usually do when we're on the close to the conclusion of these great tournaments we put on. The thank you roll of honor. We got to thank the big guy, Mike Dominguez, owner and operator of Ox Billiards, doing wonderful work to promote the great game of snooker in the Washington area as well in the US of A. Done a fantastic job. Jamie Miller, who's been acting as tournament director and has stepped in here to referee the final, a top-notch job, just making sure all matches are running smoothly and everything's going well and according to plan. CCU and Empire Billiards, thank you so much for the purchase of the trophy for first and second place and the high break prize. Sandro Menzel for all his great photo work. We really appreciate that. Looking forward to seeing his results. And thank you to Jason Miller for his support of bringing this great tournament to fruition. I'd like to thank Prathama Swant, Jack Lloyd, and Andrew McCluskey. Some great color analysis that came into the booth, and it was great sharing time with them. And of course the man beside me, Christian Youngers, who's done a fantastic work of putting great pictures on the screen, making sure we're sounding clear and having all the fun that you guys can enjoy at home. We're glad that you participated, and all the players that traveled near and far. Some, this isn't their backyard, but some have come, like Andrew from Sacramento. Some have come down from Canada. We appreciate all of the time and travel. We know it's a pricey thing, but we wouldn't be anywhere without you players. And all you viewing audience out there that has been with us all weekend long, enjoying this great tournament. We thank you for tuning in, either on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch TV on the Ox Billiards channel. Thank you very much. It might not be the end just yet, but I know Kevin wants to keep it going, but we'll see if Andrew can create a whitewash here in the final. So frame 5 is underway. Let's see what happens.
And thanks to you, David Burney, for coming down to do the stream. Main commentator, as always a good time. Excellent class. If you guys need a live streaming duo, reach out to us. Maybe we'll talk about it. Who knows? But do look forward to other live streams we have planned in the future. We might have some stuff going on, but it'll happen when it happens. Just glad we have opportunities like this to stream the great game of snooker over here in the U.S.
Yes, thank you to all you guys down here for having me. I really enjoy my time coming down to Seattle. It's lots of fun. You treat me right, and it's good seeing the familiar faces and some new faces, which is always great to see. As Christian has alluded to, there are a few events up there on the calendar. Looks like in October there will be a PAPSA championship that Christian and I will be involved with, as well as the U.S. Nationals. We have got invites to go down to, I think, an Embassy Open later in the summer at Stephen Wong's room. Yeah, I know Darren Taylor had reached out to us about the Arizona Open. So definitely we'd love to visit all places. So we'll keep you informed of how that's going. But right now, we've got the final of the Seattle Snooker Open.
So a couple of foul points here, actually, while we were doing the many thanks from Andrew McCluskey. Goes in off on one of the pots, or one of the safety attempts, I guess. And went off the break, I think. Something like that. But no points really scored yet, and this frame already a bit messy. I think pink and black are a little bit accessible. I'm not sure exactly. Just a rule clarification question that looked like in the chat. Folks asking if snookers are required. Yes, that is correct for the rule set. Anytime there are snookers required by any player, there are no misses called for any player. So good questions. Don't feel shy about any rule clarifications. It can be confusing this game.
Yeah, there's some simple rules to get you started in the game of snooker, but once you get into the game and dig deep, there's just these slight little variations, and sometimes individual tournaments do have their own, as we had in this tournament. Leading up to this final, most of the round robin and early knockout matches were 3 attempts on a foul miss, 2 putbacks, as well when they were on the colors. If there was more than snookers required, then it would be a concession. So I think these rules that are individually tournamentized are just used for educational purposes. Unfortunate miss there. Hi, Kevin. It's definitely a good opportunity here for Andrew to put some points on the board. A lot of spaced out reds. Just a little tough on this brown. It's queuing over the green.
Got black partially over the pocket. That's what he's going for.
Yeah, as much as it was a bit longer, obviously that brown was very tricky. Really going all over the green. It's nice that he's got that black back on its spot.
Good action there. Actually ended up overrunning position with that screw shot, but still on the pink. That's a good shot.
15.
Best position though. Gonna have to take an awkward red maybe to the lower right corner, unless you can see this red between green and brown and play a safety shot. It's too close to this red, I think, to pot it into the pink yellow pocket, I mean.
Yeah, maybe the cutback double with an element of safe on that red that's just right near the right cushion, kind of the bulk side of the table.
Might not like his next shot though. Kevin's got a good chance to lay a nice snooker, but it looks like he's going for the pot here in this left middle pocket.
He just got up a little too quick there at the end. Fortunate that red that's closest to the cue ball does not pass the pink. Just seeing if that red below the pink passes the other red. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, they're kind of all covering each other, so he's going to be playing safe off of this loose red down behind the black. Thought he would have left maybe a plant into the left middle, but now the way the red ended up, don't know if that's necessarily on. He can still semi-go for it and just control his cue ball to get in behind black. Red closest to the pocket, making this difficult shot for Kevin not to leave anything on. Tried to, maybe knock it out of the area, but that red didn't move, so pots available now.
To correct me if I'm wrong, Christian, but I don't think in the very first Seattle Snooker Open that Kevin got out of the group stage. So in the last 2 years, he's made vast improvement to reach the final.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly where he ended up at. I feel like he either didn't make out of the group stage or got out of the groups and lost in the knockout stage. I don't quite remember. He might last year have qualified automatically, I think, to the knockout round. But yeah, huge leaps and bounds improvement for Kevin in the past year. It tells me he's been just dedicating a lot more time on the table. That's been the biggest improvement he's seen, or as a result of putting that much time. It's been the biggest reason he thinks why he's been improving so much. Just many more hours of practice, even at Empire. Some say once you do, perfect something a certain amount of time, it has to, what, 10,000 iterations or something ridiculous like that in order to master something fully. Definitely well on your way as long as you put the time in. And
A little fortunate there. Yeah, some friends at Ox Billiards chiming in. Yeah, there's always lengthy discussions about the foul and a miss rule. Predominantly it came into play, obviously, in the professional game as players were starting to abuse it, kind of missing on purpose and leaving their opponent a tough shot. So in the pro ranks, they're obviously expected to make every shot. So that's why they put in the foul and the miss rule. And if we're going to be kind of a training ground for future snooker players, I think we should at least introduce that rule a little bit, but maybe not enforce it as severely as we have done in this tournament. Minus the final, there is only that 3 attempts and 2 putbacks.
yeah, I think that's kind of the go-to if I were to pick, one rule to rule them all type for all amateur events, at least the 3 attempts, 2 putbacks, and then sometimes a lot of players will just play it as it lies. No reattempt, and just every snooker is one at a time. Oh, thanks, Vineet, correcting me. 10,000 hours to master a skill made popular by writer Malcolm Gladwell. That's right. That's what I was, I guess, trying to reference. I just didn't have the actual context.
I'm trying to think what I've done for 10,000 hours. Have I mastered any skill?
That's a good question. You have to try to estimate, but Andrew McCloskey's stroke has let him down in this one. This is the pot to the middle pocket and choice of reds for Kevin here, and really just needs to get his engine started and get some points on the board.
Yeah, just take it one step at a time.
He's got plenty of open reds here. Pink, pretty available. Opting to go back to the black. Can play for any of the reds in the middle of the table to either middle pocket. Should make potting this black a bit easier, not having to worry for the position. It's gone a bit far, but has even the red nearest the blue into that yellow pocket. As a left-hander, this is a pretty accessible shot. He's going to have to just stretch a little bit. to use the rest. And just play for blue here as well. Get it respotted, and he'll have plenty of points to play with at that moment. Ali Sayar saying, could you clarify the extra 4 points added to Kevin Quay's start of the 5th frame? Andrew McCluskey didn't miss the red, if that's the assumption. I'm not exactly sure. I'm essentially just trying to match what the players are scoring in the room, or what the referee has. So as far as I know, I don't. I'm not the ultimate sayer. We're just kind of trying to keep in sync with what they're using to score. So it could be the case that it was missed and the wrong points were awarded, but players, I believe, do have a chance to challenge any sort of questions that happen. I think I know which shot you're talking about, possibly, where he came and thinned off the red, extremely thin off of a kick shot, I believe. But I don't know if that was the case.
But referee Miller's doing a fantastic job of watching all the action on the table and keeping score. So that's a pretty good cue that we need more great people behind the scenes to continue the growth of this game. If you love this game, do it a good service. You know, scorekeeping, best seat in the house. You cannot have an obstructive view when you're taking on that job. Refereeing, really well needed. More commentators, more streamers. You know, wouldn't it be great someday that we could have people behind the cameras maneuvering, giving some great glory shots, as much as Christian has done a great job here at ground control. But the team needs to grow. We need to continue getting people behind the scenes. We're really appreciative that people like to pick up a cue and play. But sometimes some players we see out there that, you know, they seem maybe their playing days are done. Doesn't mean you have to leave the game of snooker. You can still be around and do it in a different facet. I know the great Jason Ferguson, who's the president of the World Professional Billiards and Snooker Association, was a player himself and decided to hang up the cue. He rather did enjoy kind of administrative work from time to time. So that's why when he jumped to the WPBSA, he volunteered actually for 4 years before he actually got a paying position on that company. So yeah, I know Ox, the team down here, they're always looking for extra help when tournaments come. Myself as well, when I'm running tournaments in the Vancouver area, always looking for great help. And there is some support. We are starting to give a little financial reward. You know, obviously you're not going to pay for your house on the wage, but every little bit helps and makes the tournament run smoother. It makes it look more professional, so when we do go out hunting for sponsorship, people are aware that we have our stuff together, shall we say.
Our ducks in a row.
Ducks in a row, yeah. That's the wording. Thank you, Christian.
Yeah, so Ali, if you feel free, come on down and help out. We'd love to have you.
So Andrew McCluskey with a small 5-point lead. Looks like the pressure and probably sipping a lot of water. Kevin has excused himself for a comfort break. Obviously, you know, you got to go when you got to go. But I know there has been some debates in the pro circuit that some people are starting to abuse that. You wonder, you know, why does a player in 2 frames need to use the washroom 3 times?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a gray area, but I think these rules are made for a reason. You know, you definitely get to take a break between each frame. I mean, obviously, maybe you have a time limit rule. If the frame goes over a certain limit, then you know you get one comfort break or something like that. But yeah, I think going beyond whatever the rules explicitly say can be difficult to sort of figure out which is the malicious intent, which one is not, which one is just a matter of coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah, when rules are there, they're always subject to abuse. And some people just gotta be like, this is the firm rule. You know, as players, you know, you should be reading all those rules and regulations when you sign up for a tournament. You know, our good friend Alex Newstead actually thought the semifinals were a best of 7. He's looking to play a 4th frame earlier today, but unfortunately it's a best of 5.
So I was looking at this red nearest the brown along the right cushion and just gonna come back down the line he's on. Bring it back into bulk. Really always playing 2 rails around the pink maybe, or yellow maybe, but a bit more risky that one. The cannon on the yellow ends up leaving the red to right middle pocket. I guess when you're hitting it more straight on, the risk there is to send the red too far around the table and end up leaving it back in bulk. Now Kevin's recomposed. Has a chance at the table. These last 3 reds though, all pretty safe. Difficult shots in order to get a big clearance here, so of utmost importance this black. Just guarantee the points. I think he's going to be taking this red on, but he's got to shoot it at a pace where it's not going to stay in the pocket. It'll be risky to try to just drop this in dead weight. Difficult shot this.
Doesn't look like he's just got the potting angle for this red into the middle. He might. It's just tough by this camera angle.
Wow.
He's got an angle for a double.
A double.
Holy cow.
Yikes, and he's got a bit of angle. Could try to cannon this red on the long cushion, try to open it up. Just misses the cannon, and where's his cue ball? Tracking. Catches the jaw, so are we going to take on this red and just follow the cue ball up? Oh, playing the left corner pocket. Wow. I like that shot actually. Kind of guaranteed to get the separation with the cue ball up table, so smart. Oh, looks like we have Sargon Isaac in the YouTube chat under a pseudonym as he's hiding. It's like SI147. That makes sense, I guess. Initials 147. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the kind words. Hopefully we'll get to see you soon, and maybe Embassy Open if we head over there, or U.S. Nationals once again over at Stevens Place. This pod is on, and it's a shot to nothing, I think. Nails it. Andrew McCluskey has taken this match by the reins and not giving a chance. It's going to come down to this last red. I like keeping the yellow safe here. Unless you fancy yourself to win the safety battle and run out, who knows? Taking on yellow, maybe just going to play safe behind brown or green. Yeah, the brown looks juicy. What a shot.
Yeah, I think you'd have more fun running pantless through a cactus patch than having this shot.
Especially with the scoreline, I guess. But you're still at the table. So the only one who can actually make anything happen in this moment. Oh, and it ended up checking off that second cushion. Oh.
And since we're in the final, it's unlimited attempts until we're into a snooker is required stage, or Kevin hits the object ball.
Andy the Machine is his nickname, huh? I like it. He's caught it again. Bit short, and I don't think snooker's possible. Don't pick it up, Jamie. Don't pick it up. She can. Is it? Okay, next one. My apologies.
Nope, in unlimited, as it's the final.
Oh, that's right. More
But
than 3 putbacks.
she should let it come to a stop. Then at least the opponent can take a look and survey if they want to come in or not. We really appreciate Jamie pulling up her socks and coming in and
Looks
refereeing.
close. It's actually shortening it up too much off of the first cushion. In this angle of attack, he needs it to get closer to that left corner pocket. So he can do that in either hitting it a little bit less hard.
And Andrew turning his chair into a lazy boy. I don't think he's going to get up anytime soon. I'll let Kevin stew on this because the lead gets larger and larger with every miss.
This is going to be much closer, and he gets the contact. Nice shot. This might be a reverse snooker as well. It's close, but not quite. And he knocks it in. What a shot.
Yeah, 19 points in it.
It's going to roll up on this pink, huh? It's got blue as his main cover.
$27 on the table, 19 points in it. Really big uphill battle here for Kevin. Just think hit it on this one, make sure it's safe. Don't want to give up any more penalty points. And everyone getting to help out there. It's great to see. Great sportsmanship. Nope, the brown didn't move Jamie. She's having a tough time with all the balls moving around. It's nice how Kevin came and put his cue down where the pink goes, and Andrew came down and put his cue where the green goes. And Jamie just asking Christian for a photo replay just to get a accurate respot.
Looks like it's on the spot, close to the spot. Towards the brown? Slightly.
Okay. So I think that's about right. And then cue ball was what?
Cue ball behind the blue, where Kevin has his cue.
Almost in line
It's like right here and right here.
around here.
Alright.
Towards the top cushion. A little bit more. Away from the spot a bit.
Okay.
Towards the blue.
I think it's more towards the blue, but it's
Okay.
Because I know it's above the pink spot, at least on
Okay.
this line. Yeah, I don't think I could serve it. It's not here.
Yeah, close enough.
Both players are agreeing. So to play on. Don't forget to mark those penalty points, referee.
That's a 4-point foul.
Not on a
Yeah, the previous one.
Yeah.
second attempt there. So Andrew just needs yellow and green to put us in a snooker's required stage. Just needed a bit more pace. He's almost gonna. He's got the potting angle there. I've almost forced him into it.
Looks like we're having a bit of an issue with our scoreboard, but it is 41 to 62 right now in this one. Try to refresh, figure out what the issue is.
He's knocked out that brown. I think the black blocks the path to the top corner pocket.
Oh, it's close. Oh, he had the path. Wow.
Decent pace enough to put him in the snooker. So 62-44. Andrew needs brown and blue to take the championship.
Okay, we're back. Yeah, 44-62. Oh, got a cannon on the black, and that's not going to be good for Kevin.
Yeah, what's your fancy here? Thin blind cut into the right middle.
Yeah, that's what he's going for. He looked at it. I almost prefer shooting it into the top left. This looks close. This is a bit safer because you're always going to be behind blue or pink as long as you hold the speed. So kind of a two-way shot. $18, 22 on. So it's do or die for Kevin. Good hit on the brown though. Needed to catch it more full. Fortunate this green, this brown rolls just past the white.
Yeah, a bit in no man's land there, but
The double maybe? No, just playing the safety.
it's right there with you, Christian. He's been quite strong on the doubles,
Routine though.
but now he's really tying him up. Put Kevin in another snooker.
Good counter. Would have been nice to get the white to keep rolling, but doesn't leave anything easy. I think just clip off the left edge of this with some running left-hand side. Double the brown, or treble it to the top. Brown cushion maybe? No, he's going behind black. Careful Little pocket. Oh.
I could be too worried about that 4-0, but if it was 4-4, it'd be a whole different story. Well, I definitely thought about it.
Overruns the position with that overcut. This is a must win for Kevin to avoid the whitewash.
A lot of work to do.
Where's
Got to
this
get
cue
them all.
ball? What's it doing? What's the cue ball going to do? Oh my gosh.
Well, that's tricky bridging right there. You at least had a couple of tight frames, so Kevin can take that back to the practice table. Know that he wasn't just blown away.
It's not over yet though. He can sink this pot and clear up, but oh, the dreaded double kiss.
Oh, that's, I think, the Seattle Snooker Open trophy is going to be going to the capital of California in Sacramento. Just take a few deep breaths, Andrew. Collect yourself. Focus. Put all your attention into this pink for the win. And there it is. He's done it. That's going to be handshakes. A whitewash for Andrew Big McCluskey from Sacramento. He takes the third installment of the Seattle Snooker Open here at Ox Billiards. He's giving a little wave to the crowd out there. I know he's got a lot of supporters in Ireland and down in Northern California. We're going to keep the stream running a little bit longer for the trophy presentation. We thank you all for tuning in. For Christian Youngers, it's David Burney saying good nights, and we'll see you next time from Ox Billiards. How about that final? Let's give a round of applause. Great final that we have here. Wonderful audience in the room here at BIlliards. Thank you all so much for coming. Exciting, thrilling, everything in between. We're going to start off with the high break prize of the tournaments. Getting the 73. Kevin Koo. Come on down. Kevin Koo. All right, Kevin, don't go too far. You got another piece of hardware. It was a tough battle going against him, but you fought hard. You just came up into a great competitor, but hey, I came here 3 years ago for the first one. I remember, you had a tough time making balls, but here you are in the final. So your semifinal, or your runner-up, Kevin Quay.
Yeah.
I'm the man that, well, born in Ireland, so you know he's got snooker in his blood, obviously, but now he's in the capital of Sacramento, where I hear there's a thriving snooker scene. We got to make a trip down there sometime. But give it up for 2024 Seattle Snooker Open champion, Andrew Big McCluskey. This.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Excellent. It is.
Yeah.
Now it's all you.
Thank you. And all guys, a big thanks to Kevin for the final there. And I think it was a lot closer than what the scoreline suggested. I just kind of took my chances a little bit more and got away with it on the reward. So really appreciate it, Kevin, and hopefully we'll knock heads down the road again. Big thanks to the club. Like I don't know how many times I've said it. I think it's one of the nicest clubs I've ever in. It's spectacular. Like once I got here and I see the conditions at the table and stuff like that, I kind of knew that I'd be hard to beat because all the bounces are the same. It just runs smooth. The pockets are consistent. And a big thanks to Mike for hosting the one. It was absolutely lovely.
Mike's right there.
Thank you, Andy. Thanks Phil and Jamie for tournament director and ref and final. I know. I suppose like ref in snooker games isn't the most glamorous of things, but no, I really appreciate it. It was so nice to have a referee, and just a big thank you to the guys in the booth as well. Like I said it on the commentary yesterday. Like it's if US snooker can get to a standard where those guys have it there in the booth, I think we'd be in pretty good shape. And yeah, look, just a big thank you to everyone, and I suppose I'd be shocked if I didn't mention Eva and Andrea. So thank you very much, and my dad as well, James. So really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to come back to Seattle. I've spent the last 2 evenings just going around those lime scooters, seeing the city, and it's gorgeous. So I definitely want to come back soon and hopefully defend this title next year. Thanks, guys.
Spoken like a great gentleman. Andrew, you're top notch. We look forward to seeing you back here again. And to everyone else, that's it for this weekend. Good night, get home safe, and we'll see you all next year. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, David.